Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Professor. Hi.
Hi, Professor. How are you?
I'm doing good. How's everyone doing?
Everybody's doing wonderful.
Doing good.
We're alive.
Surviving. Hanging in there.
Yes. I have 6:31. We will get started around 6:33. So let's give our family and friends a little bit of time to join. If you need to grab some snacks or, a beverage, please feel free to take that time now. Okay, and I'm just going to do my final little plans here. Okay, this is 8:51. My Zoom today has been kicking people off after 40 minutes. I don't know what you all have been experiencing, but my Zoom is pretty moody. It changes when I get an hour and when I get 40 minutes. So just so you all know. Today's the 7th.
Hi, Professor. Hi, everybody.
Wait.
Hello. Hello.
What is this gallo?
Get my computer.
We know you Puerto Rican, Gabriel.
You're right. You're right about that.
Oh, wow.
Where's the charger?
All right, we'll get started in less than a minute.
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. Oops, sorry.
Okay,
Does anyone know if you can receive phone calls while you're on this?
You should be able to.
Yeah. I would assume they probably kick you off, maybe.
Okay.
Hello, Ileana. All right, so I have 6:33, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today?
Better than the first day.
Yes. Meaning yesterday or like the first day of
like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like today I just feel in a lighter mood than I have the whole time. Is that, do you all feel similarly, or I don't know, maybe not, but
yeah, after we read that email from the union that we don't have any days off, I took that in and then try to meditate.
No, yes, thank you for reminding me that. So I did just get off a video chat with 971, and they did let me know that
Why are you echoing?
Yeah, there's feedback.
I muted everyone, so when you want to share, just unmute yourself. But I did just get off of class with 971, and they did let me know that yes, that decision was made for you all to miss spring break. That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, you all. I know that you all have been through a lot. And you are continuing to go through a lot, and you have a lot that is being asked of you right now. I do have some things that I want to go over for our class, but I want to make sure that I save time for us to connect and vent and do all of that stuff too. So what are our thoughts? What are our immediate thoughts after finding that out about spring break?
I feel like it's really unfair. I think as is, it has been an overwhelming experience, not just us as teachers, but as parents. I'm basically on both sides of the situation because I have to teach my youngest son. My oldest son, thank God, he's a little more independent, but in terms of me being a teacher and me being a parent, it has been an extremely hard, situation, and let alone with the environment that we're in is like no help. And for them to, challenge us in this overwhelming like time, it's not fair. Like, honestly, I was really looking forward to spring break, to like relaxing a little bit and, getting over, things that have gone in my life, and things that have been
Happening.
that
Yeah.
has probably been going on through a lot of people's lives. Hopefully not, but yeah, a mental break, and now it was just swept away from my feet. So we just gotta roll with the punches at this point and just keep going.
Thank you for that, Shirley. Anyone else?
I wish that they would just be honest with us, because that's one thing I don't like. I don't like being lied to, and I feel like when they're telling us it's because the children are gonna stay in, and my thing is like, just say we want you to work because we said so, and that's it. But that using the kids, and because it doesn't, there's no logic in that. Like a lot of people know that I talk to them in group chat. I'm like, my kid's done with her school by noon, and she's 18. She could get out the door if she wants to, and my kids are done by 2:00. So I'm like, what responsibility do we have of keeping them home the entire day? It just doesn't make sense. It's not for the kids. There's definitely another factor in place. So that bothers me.
I feel like, to add on to Diane, I think it's just the fact that they have to justify them paying us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not maybe us per se, because we're like the bottom of the barrel, but imagine a person that earns 6 figures. You have to find justification to keep paying that person that amount of money. But I mean, you also got to look at it. He or she or whoever has put in a lot of years into this, and it's unfair that you are sitting here and solely judging that person on what is happening now. Which I feel like that's very unfair. At the end of the day, they deserved it, they earned it, and that's it. I don't know why you guys giving us all of us such a hard time.
Thank you for that. How else are we feeling? Times are so crazy. Go ahead,
Are we
Cindy.
just okay? Cool. Yeah. I think I felt similar to what other folks were saying. I think as a mom, it's hard. My daughter's in 5th grade, and I think there's still like glitches with Google Classroom or with links and stuff like that she has to ask for help. And then I still have to check in with my kids, especially the ones who have IEPs or the ones who aren't submitting work, or their parents. I set up a Google Voice number. So I still have to communicate with parents, but that way they don't have my cell phone, and I can keep times. They're always calling starting at 8:00 if something's not working. So it's hard to manage our own classroom, and it's hard to manage our kids' work as well. And on top of that, do every other thing that we have, and then we still have class. So it's just a lot. I was looking forward to the spring break, and I felt like this was going to be my time to relax and just get some peace for myself, to be able to sleep in or just spend time with my kid, because I feel like it's been very stressful. I feel like I have in the daytime, like I said, I'm with my classroom, then I stop to help my daughter out. In the night, I'm planning to post for the next day and be prepared. So it's not helpful at all. So have to do this another week and a half and without a break for us. So it's a lot to take in.
Thank you. I really feel I'll just call it stress and anxiety that you all feel. And I'm sorry that you have to go through that. Me saying I'm sorry is kind of not even worth me saying it, because it can't even change not even 1% of what you're going through. But I guess that's maybe not true, because as your teacher who does have control over how much work you have to do in essence for this class, I guess I do have a little bit of control over that.
On another note, a semi-positive note.
Yes, come on, Kelly.
I looked at the email the DOE sent, and they have made it so that this week is really arts based. So there's the day for arts, the day for world languages, and we can we're not actually required to give them such heavy academic work. Heavy academic work, we can give them just things on the arts. So I was thinking of giving them virtual museum tours, an actual opportunity to look at art or watch dance. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to incorporate that and find some light in between all the madness.
Nice. That's a good suggestion. Thank you for that. As this is a curriculum development class, what do we think? What are some this could be a good time to, I don't want to say best practice share because that term is overused, but like, what are some other ideas for, it could be curriculum for next week or just curriculum in general for our K-8 classes that we feel would be helpful to share with our peers? Are there any other suggestions? Okay.
Again.
Can I ask the question again? So essentially just asking, what are some other curriculum ideas we could share with our peers? So Kelly just shared that during spring break, she's thinking about implementing like a museum, having her students explore different museums online, or reviewing different dance videos or websites online. I think that's a great way to make it maybe just more interesting for myself as a teacher and my students. A great way to break away from whatever the, what do you all do now? The universal standards that you all teach now. Any other ideas?
I was thinking maybe like for the kids who can actually get online, because I know that it's a struggle for a lot of us that some of the kids actually aren't able to get on. I know that is for me at least. We can maybe implement like classes to even teach them how to like use a keyboard, how to type. Like I know that I can type well enough, but there's definitely like some skills that I'm lacking. And I'm an adult. Like I can only imagine how hard it is for them right now, learning how to like get around the keyboard. So maybe we can find some like keyboard games that we can get them to play that like actually will help them like track how well they're doing. Maybe they can like catch on to that. We've already realized that we're going to be in like a very computerized world from now on, like at least educational wise. So we might as well get on the ball.
That makes me think of, what was it, like Mavis keyboarding that I feel like was out?
Yeah, that was
Okay, that's a great suggestion. Oh wait, I have the chat. Oh, Ileana saying that's a really nice suggestion. I mean, I don't know if you all have tried to do this or if there's even space to do it, but you know, using COVID-19 as a teachable content area, from, you know, how to help around the house, how to, you know, keep safe distance when you're trying to talk to your neighbor, how to help your parents. You know, I think those are topic areas that could be meaningful and helpful in the house, which I could imagine everybody's household is just a mess right now.
Can I add to that? Because I was
Yes.
actually thinking that this would be a good opportunity to focus on social emotional learning. So kindness counts. Like just adding to what you said, like what does it mean? You know, what is this COVID-19? What does it mean to be afraid of something? You know, how does that make you feel? Kindness counts. You know, how are you kind to other people? So I think this would be a good venue for us to practice social emotional learning for our students. And there's so many.
Shoot.
Oh, I muted myself. Did somebody mute me?
No, I did on accident. I'm
Are
sorry.
you muting me?
No. There's a little bit of background noise. I was trying to be stealthy about it, but it didn't work.
Those
So.
are my kids. Those are my unsocial children making noise. Like, they're going crazy. So as a parent, it's really hard. Like I wanted to add to like having like homeschooling them, teaching, and just keeping them engaged is really, it's a struggle. So yes, so that was my little 2-bit information. Social emotional learning. I'm muting myself. Bye.
No, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry, you guys.
I mute my own self.
Vocabulary in the chat. There's a link for vocabulary social emotional learning. So make sure to check that out when you get the chance. I would say click it now and like save it as one of your tabs, because I haven't been as good at uploading the chat for you all. We can get back to that, but what I want to do is I want to go over the final assignment. So, and let me, before I get into that, I want to share a little bit of my conversation with 971 with you all. Remember, that is Master's Portfolio. They are the class who I've modified my teaching the least for, or I don't want to say the least, but like they still need to turn in a very robust portfolio. And, you know, there's some kind of like struggles through that as a class. And I had to kind of like really explain to them, look, you all, I understand that it's a lot to ask you all for your master's portfolio in this time. You know, for instance, my class 851, curriculum development, you all, there is not necessarily a watchdog looking over me to force me to like make you all turn in any work. So I want that distinction to be clear. I do have our final assignment, which has always been on the syllabus, has always been on the docket. I want to try to go over it for you all, and I will take questions. I'm shifting to this now because it's my understanding that in 40 minutes, this video is going to end. So I'm going to try to share my screen. Let's see if I can do this right. Okay, you all can see my, what is this? Internet Explorer, right?
Yes, the student notes UBD.
Okay. And I actually want you all to see this. Can you all see? Oh, yes, you can see the student notes UBD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. So actually, let me just email this to you all right now. You all should have this already, but I made one quick change, or like two quick changes. All right, it should be in your LIU email right now. This is the final assignment. I have gone through, I think maybe just earlier today, and completed grades for everyone for everything that is already in Blackboard. Shirley, I did grade you for what you emailed me. Dahlia, if you watch this, I did grade you for what you emailed me in actual Blackboard. So you all can go through and see that as of right now. About 10 of us, I want to say there's about 24 of us in the class, about 10 or 11 have turned in both assignments. The remaining 10 or so have turned in one assignment, meaning they have not turned in the hobby unit. And then there's one individual who I have not received any assignments for. This assignment, I do need you all to turn it in Blackboard so that I can put your passing A grade into my LIU once it opens up for me. The sooner you turn this in, the sooner that I have it there, the sooner your grade is secure. We went over this in class. I want to say the last time we met in person. Much of this is the same. You all can see me scrolling, right?
Yes.
Okay. Much of this is the same. What I did was I did make a few edits here under stage 1. Initially, there was like 6 columns, rows, sections. I diminished it into 4. Basically, I put all of the objectives here into this one space. I want you all to try your best to fill out this information. Also, let me take a step back, sorry. I'm expecting you to use the curriculum you have created for your digital classrooms currently. I'm not asking you to do any new work. I'm asking you to simply transition wherever that planning stuff is into this document here. I know someone's probably thinking, what is the due date? The due date is May 5th. Like I'm considering this the final assignment. I will probably open up the assignment on Blackboard, let's say about 2 weeks before the end of the month. The reason I'm not opening it up now is because I do want you all to have time to think about it, process it, and I don't want you all to rush to do it now. But I will open it up approximately 2 weeks before the end of the month, or 2 weeks into the month. So I guess next week or something. All of this is the same. The blue are the notes we went over in class. The black are the headings. I went through and tried to change all of the formatting to match that. We have talked about all of this already. There are 2 sections at the bottom I do want us to think about because these have been added. Stage 5 is a space for digital platforms. Again, I am assuming you are all going to use whatever digital curriculum you are currently teaching in your classes right now for this. And so I added a space for you to keep your Google Classroom website, for you to keep your YouTube page, for you to keep your podcasting page. I think that's important to have that all warehoused in one space. You may want to even keep your login information there, maybe not, but like, you may think about that. I do have a space where I keep all my logins. So I've added that. I've also added a space for student work, and I'm gonna go over this now. The student work is not for me. I'm not gonna be grading the student work. The student work is so that you can start to compile student work that you will be asked to use and bring forth at the very least when you do tenure. I don't know what's going on with the EdTPA. I've heard it's been canceled. I don't know if it's just canceled for second year fellows or everyone, I don't know. But anytime that you are asked to like process student work, I want you to be able to come back to this resource, come back to this curriculum to share it. So there's 2 strategies I'm suggesting for you. Choose whichever one you want. Strategy 1 is to choose, like on one assignment, to choose a student who's performed high, mid, and low. Save that work as a PDF or by pictures and upload it here so that you actually have it here. Another strategy is to choose one student and choose maybe 3 pieces of work to show their progression through this digital unit. When I say progression, the goal is you want to show that the student has gotten better at engaging in the digital platform or mastering the digital assignments. I'm only asking for 3 pieces of work. If you start to wrap your mind around this, you will be in a better position if you save a lot more work than that. But 3 pieces of work minimum will support you in any type of portfolio process you have to do later on, years from now, months from now. Save these works in a way that you can use them in the future to demonstrate your skills as a pedagogue. Think EdTPA, your tenure portfolio, you will absolutely need to use this for that. I have some students in 971 who are thinking about their PhD applications. So even in this time of upheaval, I'm trying to save space for you to help yourself in the future. Yes, I am suggesting you like take pictures of those or screenshots, embed them here in the document. No, I'm not asking for you to do like any heavy duty comments, just save some student work. That's all I'm asking for. Are there any questions? Oh, wait. This is the template. Yes, you can copy, paste, write directly in this template. Yes, you can upload this template into Blackboard once you are complete. And again, you have the template now. You can start working on it. I have not put the assignment live in Blackboard yet on purpose. I kind of want to just wait a little bit to give us a little bit of time to acclimate to the crazy a little bit more, and then kind of feel like this is assigned to us. Are there any questions about this?
When you said 3 pieces, you mean what? Can you break that down a little bit?
Sure. So if I was using strategy 1, I have right here, I have Francesca, Kelly, and Diana. 3 different curriculum units from them would be 3 different pieces of work for this. Or if I was choosing strategy 2, I could use 3 pieces of Kelly's work, 3 different assignments. So what would that be? The UDL assignment, the hobby unit, the curriculum unit. 3 pieces, that's all.
Okay.
Do we need more clarity around that piece?
I have a question because Jesus. All right. So I hope and pray to God that I get more kids because I've only been working with like one kid and she barely does anything. And so if therefore I'm not able to show this, is there something else that I can show for this part, or
That's a
like,
great question.
because for me, I feel like this would be a challenging piece for me. I can't speak for the future, but as the course of this is going, I can foresee that I might not be able to provide something like that.
Shirley, thank you for that. That's a great question. I think there are probably other people who are thinking that or versions of that. I am trying to process like in real time, so forgive my pause. I understand that and I get how that could be challenging. I would say stretch yourself to then, even with the student that you have, Shirley, stretch yourself to find 3 pieces of work from the whole school year. And really like, you know, going through I understand some of those may be like hard copy files that are locked up in your classroom in the school that you cannot get access to. Then, okay, wait, let me slow myself down. First, I would say, think about the whole school year. How can I identify at least 3 pieces of work from the student for the full school year? Understanding that I may have one digital piece right now. There may be one, and we have about 10 minutes. There may be one essay the student wrote that I just happen to have here at my house. And then one other piece that you may have to like either try to have the student create now or find from earlier in the year. That's one strategy. Another strategy is if you are really struggling with your attendance and like getting student work in, try to get 3 pieces of work across the school. So like check in with your colleagues around, hey, do you have a robust piece of work from Francesca that I could, you know, like put in a portfolio of her work? I know that sounds like extra. It is me asking you all to extend yourselves a little bit in this moment. And I'm not going to like fail someone on this assignment if they don't have student work. I just want you all to start to forecast that at some point, all of this is going to stabilize. And like, I am going to have to turn in a 10-year portfolio where I show student work. And
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but can we write like, I mean, may not have the hard physical copy of it, but can we write on it like, let's say X students in September submitted this piece of work. She was unable to make complete sentences. Punctuation was not up there, capitalization, whatever, whatnot. And then as the year progressed, she was able to, you know, she grasped the concept of making complete sentences, started with, you know, with the capital letter, like, I don't know, something like that maybe.
Shirley, so you're actually doing a really good job of forecasting what the 10-year process is. So in your actual 10-year portfolio, you will be asked to analyze the student work that way. I'm not asking you to analyze it in that way right now. I'm just asking you to find it and save it. But at some point, you will be asked to analyze it like that. So if it helps you to do that now, then yes, but I'm not asking for that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Is it possible to, I mean, I don't know everyone's situation, but is it possible to just put that one student's work, like their highest, what they did the best in, where they struggled a little bit in and where they really struggled? Is that possible?
I think I'm hearing you.
I know you want 3 different students, but I was just thinking of, I mean, depending on what work they did, because my kids for the most part are struggling with even submitting their assignments, which is something that we're learning together, because I sometimes even struggle with that.
I think I'm hearing, I can't see who's actually speaking in the chat, but I think I'm hearing you
Liliana,
say,
by the way. Sorry, I should have announced myself, Liliana.
you see I'm struggling to highlight it. Leanne, I think I'm hearing you say strategy 1. I'm sorry, strategy 2. Choose one student that has shown. Yeah, I think I'm hearing you say strategy 2 which is you're choosing one student. So I'm going to say Leanna is my student, and I'm taking a piece of her high quality work, her mid quality work, and a low quality work. And this will actually, I mean, in teaching you would want it to be reversed. It started off as low quality, then it went to mid quality, then it went to high quality. But yes, you could do it this way as well. I would say that's closer to strategy 2. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that sounds good because I wasn't sure if you wanted both of them. But when you put the or, it clarified it. Thank you.
Sorry, I apologize for that.
I have a question too. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. So I think our last call we had, Liz had presented a pacing calendar, and you said that that was perfect to submit that. And I emailed you my pacing calendar. What is that for? Like, are we still submitting that? Is that still something you need from us?
I don't know if I got that. Can you resend it? Because I'm not sure if I got the calendar. I maybe did, but
okay.
The pacing calendar. I don't remember the visual of it right now, but from what I saw, yes, that pacing calendar would hit most of these things. The only thing
So
is
submit it with this.
yes, and I would say you could submit it in substitution for this, but there's probably some of those things that didn't hit, which would be like the digital platforms you may need to put in and the student work. It probably didn't hit. You may want to check also, you all probably talk about pacing and differentiation, but you just want to make sure it hits many of these elements. Again, I'm not going to go through you all's curriculum with a fine tooth comb. I'm going to go through it with a very wide tooth comb. But because I already know that you all in this time are being asked to master curriculum development and like really innovate. I am asking you to submit it in a format. This is one option. If you have it in a nice presentable format already, feel free to upload that. I will only make comments if I feel like it doesn't meet that standard, but many of you all probably have something that meets this standard already. Hopefully that answers your question.
Professor, I have a question. I just want to find out because I'm not in the classroom this year, so I don't have a way of getting my hands on curriculum right now, and so or a pacing calendar, I should say. What would you recommend?
Great question. So thank you for that, Dominique, because there are a handful of people who are in this position in our class as well. I would ask for those people, just in understanding we have less than 4 minutes left, I would ask that those individuals see me during our class time next week. People who are in the classroom, I would say that you all do not have to attend next week because you already know what you need to do. People who are not in the classroom attend next week, and then we can use that time to workshop together how we're going to get our curriculum. In the meantime, for the individuals not in the classroom, I do ask that you think of what grade you imagine yourself teaching. So like place yourself in some classroom right now. It could be a 5th grade classroom, 3rd grade classroom, whatever, but choose for yourself. Choose a content area that you would want to teach, and just really start to think about that piece so that when we meet next week, we can start to develop this together. Does that make sense for my individuals in this situation?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And for the people who are not being asked to come to class next week, do you know what I'm asking you all to do at that time?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Any questions, clarifying comments?
You said for the people that you're asking not to come to class. I don't know if I missed that part.
Yes, you are paying attention.
Online class. She needed help with the little button, so I ran and then I ran back and I missed it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So there was a clarifying question, and just mind you, I have like less than a minute. There was a clarifying question. Some people in our class are not teaching right now in a DOE classroom. They are to come to class next week during this time online, and we are going to start workshopping together their curriculum outline. For the people in DOE classrooms, you already have a curriculum, and I'm asking you all to not come to class if you don't need to. Spend that time in self-care and embedding your information into this outline. Does that make sense?
That's what I like to hear.
Perfect. Okay, I think my time's gonna end soon. Shoot me an email, text message if you need me. Grades are updated in Blackboard. Have a good one. I will see you all next week, okay? Or see some of you next week.
Okay, thank you.
Professor, I need
Yes.
Thank you.
Dahlia. I sent you a text message.
Okay.
I mean, I
Dahlia,
sent you, through the chat. I'm sorry,
oh,
not
okay,
the text.
okay. Got you.
Okay.
Dahlia, I did update all of the grades, including yours in Blackboard.
Yeah, I
including what you
saw.
emailed me.
Yes, thank you so much. I just wanted to text you because I had a question.
Got you.
Nothing serious.
I
But if
got
you
you. I'm
can,
sending it right now.
all right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Boom. And let me send it to everybody before you jump off, okay? All right, everybody. Have a good one, okay?
Bye, Paladine. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody, be safe.
Be safe. Stay healthy.
Stop share.